Hey everyone, this is Hunter with Go Live. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to customize our Freebies add-on page. I'm going to be doing that on our Amplify template. So if you've never seen our Amplify template before, this is what the homepage looks like. It's kind of a bright, fun yellow brand. And so we're going to be using this as our design that we're going to be matching up. So this is what the Freebies page looks like, out of the box, you could say, is the way that we designed it on this aesthetic. But the nice thing about these add-on pages is that it automatically applies your colors and fonts from your Squarespace site. So this is what it looks like out of the box when added to the Amplify site. You can already see the fonts in there. You can see the yellows in there. And so we just need to swap out the images, maybe tighten up a couple of things, and then we're good to go. So in order to get started, I do have some images saved onto my desktop just for ease while I'm doing this tutorial. And we're going to make quick work of customizing this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and press edit. And the first thing that I'm going to do is edit this header section. So I'm going to kind of do one section at a time. Here, I'm going to just drag this image over a little bit more to my liking. And I'm also going to drag this text box up a little bit. So depending on the size of your fonts, you might need to do some wiggling there to make sure that the sizing and the spacing is still looking good. You could also, if you wanted to, you could also add more words if you wanted to fill things up. So let's just say we did free guides and tools for you to download. I probably wouldn't be that wordy on my actual website, but hey, we absolutely can do that if you wanted to kind of take up more real estate in this top section here. Let's go over, we'll just do a quick shift enter. There we go. To kind of take up more space there. So up to you on what you want to see in that copywriting. Now, as you could probably see from the original Amplify template, it is like fun and yellow right out of the get-go on that design. So one thing that we're going to do is I think we're going to do this to kind of bring about that yellow pop of color, which is a unique look distinct to the Amplify template. We have this very cool tool that adds that yellow highlight in the background of the words. And so we are going to do that here. You can also do that though if you don't have the Amplify template by clicking on this button and adding text highlight features. So there's like an underline, a circle, a highlight behind, a cross through. There's some really cool text highlight features that you can add on to any Squarespace 7.1 template. So now I'm going to go in and replace these images. We can do the large image first. I'm going to double click and I'm going to just go ahead and press delete or replace. It truly doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to just go ahead and press delete, and then I'm going to drag in an image that I have on hand on my desktop to swap out this image. So I'm going to wait for that to upload. And once it has, you might need to go to design and instead of fit, set it to fill there. So that's looking good there. And then this image right here, I'm going to delete and then upload another image. We're going to go ahead and do this one here and let that one upload. So as that's loading, we're going to go ahead. There we go. And then again, press design and make sure that it's set to fill. So that's looking really cool right there. I'm already loving it. So as we scroll down the page, I'm actually going to kind of mimic our own freebies that we have on our site. So on this one, I'm going to title this one, our first freebie is SEO or search engine success for Squarespace. We have kind of an SEO download. So I'm going to do free SEO download right here. It's super easy to just type this in. For this newsletter section, you can kind of see that red box for the error. You just need a message, connect it to either your Squarespace email campaigns, your MailChimp, or whatever other email service provider that you use. If we go ahead and press done and save, which is always good to go in and often save your work, you can kind of see that error message going away now. And then what I did was we have a Canva file for you guys to use to be able to get that great PDF mockup. So I'm going to go into my Canva file. All you do is grab screenshots of whatever download it is that you want to do, and you can very easily go in and add in a drop shadow to both of these images there. And then we're going to just download this as a transparent PDF or PNG file. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy. And there we go, and download it. So you'll have access to this file with your tutorials. And then if we go in, we're going to just double click this one, delete, and then drag in the new mockup there. And again, we're just going to wait for that to upload. So while that's uploading, it might take a hot second here. You can kind of maybe. Oh, no. Okay, we'll try one more time. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to go ahead and press done and save. Perfect. So now you can kind of see that guy coming together. On this section, this is actually 2 images here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go with marketing freebie. I'm going to change this one to say, get our 3-month marketing planner download. Same thing here. I'm going to double click and set up the storage for this one and make sure to set it up to the email list that you have on hand. Then I'm going to go through and update these images. So I'm going to double click on this one, delete, and add in this cute image of this girl walking here. And then on this one, I'm going to do this cool street image. And then after this section, I'm going to go ahead and press done and save. So design and fill, and then press save. Ooh, she's looking good. So it's definitely looking more fun and yellow as we change the images out. So this third freebie, I'm going to go ahead and do our ideal client download. So for this section, I'm going to do book your dream client. Find out everything you need to know about your dream client download. Same thing, we're going to set up the storage here. And then again, I'm going to grab an image off my desktop. I'm going to just do this image again. And then we're going to look at the background image. So you can kind of see that there's a color overlay in this section. And so what we're going to do is go into edit section and go to background. And I can actually keep this background, but this is where you can replace this image. It's a pretty generic computer image. So if this works for your brand, honestly, go for easy and keep this one in there and just let the color work for you. In case you wanted to know, you could change this to black or whatever color settings you have on the back end of yours to make it work. So after each section, I'm going to go ahead and make sure to press done and save. And so far, this is looking really good. Okay, this section with the podcast is really awesome because you could use it for so many different things. So if you have a podcast, which there are actually podcast episodes from the Amplify template, you could link to those podcast episodes. You could also link to blog posts. You could link to portfolio items or features. You could link to different services and change these button items to something other than listen now. They could be like book it now or find out more. So this is a great call to action spot, and just change the titles here to whatever you would want to change them to. So for my purposes for this tutorial, I'm going to leave them as podcast episodes since that makes sense for the Amplify template. But what I am going to do is show you guys how easy it is to swap out some of these images. So for example, the blue one just really does not, oops, sorry, you guys, my video player is not loving me. There we go. The blue one is just not fitting the vibe of the Amplify template. So I'm going to go in and swap out this image here by, again, just deleting what we have on hand and then making sure that it's set to fill up the whole entire space. And then this image as well, I'm going to delete and replace with this one. We're going to just let that upload. And then again, just make sure that this is set to fill. I actually like that crop a lot. And then I'm going to replace the sand one as well with this image that I have here. Perfect. Okay, so that is looking really good. For reference, to change this text out, it is super easy. It just says podcast right here. So you could even change this to listen to the podcast if you wanted to. And that will just automatically scroll, which is amazing. So that is looking good there. And then very last, we're going to swap out this final call to action section. So here, amplify our template is all about booking this person to speak. So we're going to change it to book Macy to speak for your company, if I could spell. And then we're going to say, inquire for Macy's speaking schedule for 2023 corporate events. And what we're going to do is just adjust this text a little bit to kind of make room for my font size. Drag that up. And what you want to do is, always make sure to drag up the text box to the bottom of what you're seeing there. So that's looking good. And we might even just give everything a little bit more breathing room by going like that. Perfect. And so the very last thing is, although I've used this image already on this template, or on this tutorial, we're just going to upload this one again for quick ease of use for this tutorial. And again, just make sure to set it to fill, and that is looking awesome. So we're going to make sure to press done and save. And overall, this is looking very on brand for the Amplify template. I think it's looking so good. But very last, what we want to do is make sure to check mobile. So you're going to go to mobile view and make sure that everything is looking the way that you want it to. And I'm really liking the way that this is looking across mobile. There might be a couple things that I want to zhuzh. Like here, for example, it looks like we want to move some things up here to give us some more space and wiggle room like this. Ooh, but otherwise that is looking really good. And even here with these buttons, you can just drag these over a little bit more to give your button a little bit more breathing room. So that is how we customize this page for the add-on page. If you have any questions, you can email us at hello@golivehq.co. But we hope you have so much fun designing this page and that you get way more email subscribers by offering freebies, free downloads, free workshops, etc., utilizing this page template. Alrighty, have a great day.